hii maandamano yote, mtu mwenye ameharibu hesabu yenye tulikuwa nayo ni Raila Amolo Odinga. Siogopi kusema. Wacha niwaambie my friend.
Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Professor Wino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I have Professor here, and I want us to talk about this issue of Mt Kenya region, because right now things are turning upside down, and the Mt Kenya leaders, it's like now they've realized, and I said this thing one time, that if at all Mt Kenya region will not realize what is going on, then watacho kwa mataa. Just like Moses Kuria was saying that there are some people wenye watacho kwa mataa, and right now there are some who have been left on the light. Now, Gachagua is saying that as long as they have been given the 6 years position, he has got no problem. And his focus right now is on the issue of the Mt Kenya region. He doesn't care about other regions. And he goes ahead and says that I really love Mt Kenya. Prof, Gachagua is saying that I really love Mt Kenya. And my love for my people is because we understand each other, we speak the same language. And let me just use this word, is a spokesman, Kahiga. Yeah. Kahiga is really backing, saying that when William Ruto wanted someone who could attack Uhuru Kenyatta, Rigathi Gachagua was there. When William Ruto wanted someone who could weka mitego in State House to prevent Raila from getting in, Rigathi Gachagua was there.
Yes.
Right now, they've turned their back against Rigathi Gachagua and the Mt Kenya region. The same Kahiga gave a demand to the president that the president should make sure, and in fact he used that word, you should make sure that you give us at least 6 CSs in the coming cabinet.
Yeah.
The president did. Anne Waiguru was against Rigathi Gachagua's unity of the mountain.
Yeah.
She used to tell Rigathi Gachagua that right now we need to help William Ruto to work as the president. It is not time to talk about the unity of the mountain. Right now, Anne Waiguru is saying that we've realized that the direction that the president is taking us to is not going to lead us anywhere. In fact, it's about time we leave him to work with his so-called now the best friend, Raila Odinga. What is the direction of the mountain? Have they realized that now they also need to have their own presidential candidate?
Yeah, first of all, I think that there's something that is nice to mention that, your second wife, your first wife normally think that you have taken the second wife because she's better than the first wife.
The first wife.
But what they have to know is that the first wife in our culture, like Luo, is called Mikai.
Yeah.
Mikai remains Mikai. And therefore, Rigathi Gachagua should not even worry about what ODM is bringing should worry about who is the Mikai for Ruto. For Ruto. Mikai still remains Mt Kenya for appointments.
Yeah.
But I've always stated that William Ruto hates Mt Kenya. And I have some very good reasons for that. And maybe that's why Anne Waiguru and some leaders from Mt Kenya sees that. First, when you hate people, you don't divide them. Remember, Jesus' last prayer, Father, I pray that they remain one.
Yeah.
When Jesus was leaving, that is in the Gospel of John. Jesus wanted the disciples to remain one. And he prayed for them to remain one. In fact, he also said that, Father, to the ones you gave me, I have kept them one together, unless the one who chose to get lost, that is Judas. So, if you love a community, you make them one. He started dividing Mt Kenya by putting Ndindi Nyoro, Ichungwa against Gachagua. That was a long thing that even Gachagua was now carrying his own bags. Those dramas was taking place. So according to me, that shows hatred. If you love a community, you keep them together as one. Mount Kenya have always loved to be one. And that is not that they are one against anybody. In fact, I want to tell Kenyans, do not be shying away from your heritage. If you are a Kikuyu, just say I'm a Kikuyu because that's what you are and you didn't choose to be one. And there's beauty in being a Kikuyu. If you are a Luya, if you are a Luo. But you cannot be a Luo against another. That's where it goes wrong.
Yeah.
You should be proud to be who you are because pride is also a strength. There's a time when pride is a strength. Like, I'm proud there are some things I can do. For example, I am so proud that I would not go in a government of William Ruto because I don't believe in it. I would not be a thief because I'm proud I want to go to heaven. So there are some areas on being proud of who you are. So secondly, William Ruto hurts Mount Kenya because he has stopped bringing their best and brightest to shine. And that's why I go. When they were picking the running mate, they did not pick the best. If you wanted to give the second position to Mount Kenya, he could have picked the best and brightest of Mount Kenya that was available.
Yeah.
And they were. In fact, he could have told Mount Kenya, give me
by yourself.
your best and brightest I work with. And Rigathi was not that one. So that is why I'm trying to say he does not like them. And then look at even when he's picking the cabinet. Moses Kuria, isn't it? Linturi. You are telling me Moses Kuria, Linturi are the most qualified people from Mount Kenya to serve in the government?
No.
You know, Mount Kenya I've been a professor in the university. You have some of the brightest minds ever. Brightest minds. I've taught them. They're very good businessmen. I know them. I don't want to mention names because I don't want to bring people's names in the show. But I know CEOs. I know finance directors. I know highly qualified technocrats from Mount Kenya that could fill those positions and deliver perfectly to the president. He never picked them. Kibaki picked the best and brightest from Mount Kenya and made them there. Even Moi, he did pick some very qualified people from Mount Kenya. Look at John Michuki. John Michuki, for me, people can hate him, but I love him.
He was the best.
He was, for me, the most preferred minister ever seen in Kenya so far.
Because what he did is seen up to now.
Up to now.
Yeah.
So, according to me, Ruto does not like Mount Kenya. That's why Mount Kenya is grumbling. That's why Anwe Guru says. Anwe Guru was also contesting to become a running mate to William Ruto. I remember she was persuaded to leave at the last minute and it was promised that there will be more women in the cabinet, which was never done. So I would feel her. But let me say the following to Mount Kenya people because you are my brothers. Rigiji is not the person who will take you where you want to be because it's very clear. As a leader, there's what you call instruments of power. When Rigiji was running, it was clear he had to drum support for William Ruto from Mount Kenya because that's what Martha Karua did not do.
Yeah.
Martha Karua was very busy with Raila in all national rallies, but was never on the ground to bring the votes from Mount Kenya to Azimio.
Convince them.
Yes, so Rigiji did that very well. So give it to him.
Yeah.
Also, the character of Rigiji has some strength. He's a mobilizer. He did that mobilization, but some mobilizers are not good leaders. And maybe this is why, for example, I like Raila Odinga. I told you he's my father. He's Baba. Not just my father, but Baba to everybody. But Raila Odinga is a very great mobilizer, but a very poor administrator. You know, administration is different from mobilizing. You can have everybody was around Raila working for him, but no one was actually being used to deliver the vote to him. He had the money, he had Uhuru Kenyatta, he had the government, everything. He had everything. But how do you use what you have to get the results you want? So Gachagua suffers from this problem of leadership, but Gachagua is a good mobilizer. So Gachagua could have not been led to go to that level. You know, there's what they call raising somebody in a level beyond his competence. You can be raised to a level you are in incompetence, you know. Sometimes if you are just at the lower level, no one can see your incompetence. But when you come up, then your incompetence can be seen. That's why the Bible says that when you put a candle on top of Mount Zion, you cannot hide the light. It has to show off. So they say a monkey that climbs a tree exposes the ass. So if you are a monkey and you climb a tree, then people look at you from down up, then they can see all the weaknesses. If Gachagua just remained where he was supposed to belong, like an MP, or let's say somebody in government but powerful, for example, in some positions, we could have not seen these things. So Gachagua was elevated too fast, and he was not prepared for it, or he was not qualified for it. So that's what the problem was. And of course now, I think I've been analyzing this, and I have a feeling that Mount Kenya people are very wise people. Remember, they have the Kikuyu Council elders. Maybe they have analyzed Gachagua and discovered that Gachagua is our son. So no one should attack him. That's why whenever you attack him, people like Kahiga comes in to protect him. Because that's their son. Remember, whether you like it or not,
he is their son.
This is their son. So you cannot attack their son. Let them respect their son and help them respect their son. But also they know that Gachagua cannot be given leadership. Because in some of our culture, we say that when you have a child who is a stubborn boy or a lost boy, you don't throw him out of the home, isn't it? But you don't give him leadership.
Yeah.
That's why even it happened in the Bible. Isaac gave leadership to Jacob, not Esau, isn't it? So these things have happened before. So Gachagua is the son of Mount Kenya. And they know that he is the highest ranked government officials in Mount Kenya for now. But he's not fit to lead Mount Kenya, because if he was, the Kikuyu Council of Elders could have called him. Maybe they will, but I don't know. But they could have called him by now and crowned him as the leader of Mount Kenya.
But they've not done that.
They have not done that. So maybe we need to do research. Why have they not done that? They did it easily to Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yeah.
Why have they not done it to Gachagua? Uhuru Kenyatta has leadership in him. You can see. He's a leader. When he speaks, you see sense. He keeps quiet. When he says something, it goes viral.
Yeah.
So you can see that. So leadership is not something which you can impose on people. So Gachagua has risen to a level of his incompetence, and Kikuyu Council elders and all the Gema community know that, but they also do not want to throw their son under the bus because that is a disgrace. So what Ruto could have done was just to respect the son of Mount Kenya. I don't want to call him the son of Mau Mau because I don't think that's true. But
he calls himself son of Mau Mau.
You can call yourself anything you want. But I'm not saying I don't want to call him because I do not know. I'm not qualified to determine who is the son of Mau Mau or not. Yeah. I also just want to remain a scholar and to be indifferent, let's say impartial. Okay. So he can call himself whatever he wants, but I do not think that they have seen him to rise to the level he thinks he is. And for that matter, he should be handled with a lot of care. And as I want to advise the president, that the most important thing is that if he was just to govern the country well, go to Mount Kenya, look at the economy of Mount Kenya. Look, Mount Kenya people do not care who is on top of them. Mount Kenya cares that they have to be given right to make money.
Yeah. That is the only thing.
Just allow them, because they are industrious people. Remember, Mount Kenya never liked to be employed. Remember when we went to independence, Mount Kenya went to look for how to acquire land as a factor of production, produce and sell. If Ruto was just to go and pick some of the leading economists from Mount Kenya, sit them down and tell them, what can I do for you? If I was the head of state, I could just sit them. We have people like James Mwangi, James Moria. You have people like Munga. You have very serious, seasoned business people. If he sit with these guys for just 1 hour and ask them, what do Mount Kenya want? Mount Kenya won't tell them, Gachagua should be your next president. No. They'll tell them that our people are hungrier today than yesterday. Our young people are looking for jobs instead of jobs looking for them. They are going into alcoholism, not because they don't know it's wrong. Even this thing Gachagua fighting alcohol in Mount Kenya is a lie. These people are just not having opportunities to work. They have gone to something like betting called Kanya Kanya in Mount Kenya, Kanya Kanya. Mount Kenya people wanted freedom and, let's say, leeway to make money because they don't lack it. So this taxation, that's why they are opposing it. These things of corruption, which is making the economy not be able to run. So if Ruto was to listen to what Mount Kenya want, it's not the story you are hearing between Gachagua and the rest. Those are distractions. The main story in Mount Kenya is that Mount Kenya, like Murang'a, used to be a net exporter of food. It is now a net importer of food. That is not Mount Kenya. In fact, even if you look at, for example, one thing you have to understand, I'm sorry to diverge a little bit, but
it's okay.
Remember about the livestock bill, which are the present in Parliament, whereby they say that for you to feed your cows, you must feed your cows based on feed which is approved by some council, isn't it? And if you are found, you'll be in prison either 2 years or you pay $500,000. That is killing Mount Kenya business people. Because you cannot feed them on the local food available, because that's what they have done before. So such like policies are anti-Mount Kenya, not even Gachagua. You rather throw away that bill which has been tabled by Ichungwa. For example, I'm telling you, Ichungwa will never be popular in Mount Kenya because of that bill. So such like things are the things Mount Kenya do not like. Mount Kenya people are able to deal and leave the economy on their own without too much assistance. And if William Ruto can do that, he can capture their heart. And for that matter, he can come back big time. But with these kind of things of saying you want to play political, you want to solve politically a problem which is economic, Mount Kenyan's problem is barely and basically economic issue. It has nothing to do with those political mongering you're hearing. And Mount Kenya should not be told who is their leader. They know. Mount Kenya are some of the wisest communities we have. Remember, Mount Kenya have got even layers of leadership very, very clearly defined. That they have been very stable in many things. Even during Moi, they remained very stable. They knew what to do. They produced during that time. They were with Kibaki, but Kibaki never fed them. They did their own work and thrived. So I believe that Mount Kenya issue is not the political here, mongering whether Gachagua or not. If their kids can go to school, go to hospital, be able to study, get certificates, and get jobs. And if the economy can thrive, for example, the Nyamakimwa, the export business they are doing, the trading they are doing, because all the markets in Nairobi mostly are run by Mount Kenya people. If those markets can do well, tomato, onions, the ngwashes, and you can do the Irish potatoes, the onions, and you can build for them the Mount Kenya Road and finish that project, because Mount Kenya, Mau Mau Road was meant to feed the whole country. So those things matter to Mount Kenya, not the stories you hear small here and there.
So do you think Mount Kenya will have, because PNU, Peter Munya, threatened to leave Azimio. Martha Karua had already left, according to the letter that they wrote, was on 25th. Jeremiah Kioni, I don't think if he will leave, because we know very well that he represents Uhuru Kenyatta. Automatically it will be difficult. So do you think Mount Kenya, okay, according to me, I was thinking that I was seeing it like Mount Kenya wants to form their strong political party. They're trying to regroup themselves to form one strong party, because they don't have a strong party, truth be told. The Luos have ODM, even though it's got that 1, 2, 3, and then we have got the Rift Valley has, the Kalenjins have. So it's all about this issue of the Mount Kenya. So do you think the Mount Kenya region is going to form a strong political party that will lead because that is their plan? It is automatically that is their plan. So do you think they are going to form a political party and have one person to represent them at the presidency?
I think Mount Kenya problem is not a political party. Mount Kenya problem is a leadership issue. Who will be the leader of Mount Kenya? You see, political parties in Kenya don't even exist because they are not even political parties. They have PNU. They have Jubilees there.
They have the NAC now.
They have a NAC there. They have several parties. Even Moses Kure has a party. The issue is leadership.
The leadership.
So I think that's what is going to be a challenge, but that's not a challenge because we are not saying the scarcity of challenges. They want someone to rise because Mount Kenya believes that leadership should emerge. So someone should just emerge and lead Mount Kenya. The parties will just be instruments to power. But there must be a leader. You know, if you just focus on political parties, you can build them as many as possible. Azimio had 27 coalition parties and never won the election. This Kenya Kwanza had, 7 or 12, and they won the election. So the issue is about leadership. The issue is not about political parties. And I'm sure Mount Kenya is very clear about that. And I have some friends of mine who are in Mount Kenya, whom we talk and work with. You know Joe Chege
Yeah, we had a session with him too.
Yes, he is an emerging leader. You can see that he's a governance expert. Joe Mugacha is a development expert. He knows issues governance. He understands issues economics. He understands issues development, community development, social development, political development, economic development. So a leader should emerge in their own right. In fact, in Mount Kenya, from how I studied them, the Kikuyu Council elders cannot anoint you or crown you, then you become a leader. Yeah. You become a leader before they are crowned and anointed. Yeah. So what the likes of Peter Munya should be doing, should be seeing, can Mount Kenya people see him as their leader, rather than which political party he is representing? Can Kioni emerge? Or is going to be Joe Mugacha? Or Martha Karua will do it? Or you go to the guys like the old guards who are gone there. But you see, also Mount Kenya is very clear that they don't want to recycle and reuse. Yeah. So people like Joe Mugacha Chege stands a great chance, because if you interact with him, you see a totally different young man. Yeah. Somebody who has even is not looking tribal like now Gachagua says, I'm only from Mount Kenya. This
because we understand each other. The language.
So, do you mean you don't understand us when you speak English? So you see what I'm trying to say, that the Mount Kenya people need a leader to emerge among them. Political parties will be instruments to strengthen them, but political parties themselves cannot lead. ODM cannot lead. In fact, ODM, you mentioned him in Luo Nyanza, also is going to face a crisis of its lifetime. They're going to face a serious crisis because it's difficult to leave ODM in the hands of a Luo at the moment. And whether that is good or not, I do not know. But I believe that the structure of ODM has never been that they have developed young thugs, young leaders emerging around it. You saw, for example, people like Babu Owino took a different stance, and Babu Owino are the young people in ODM. Yeah.
People like Sifuna
and the rest. And also, some of those young people, because they have been, their hands have been held, they are not people of their own. They are not self-developed leaders. You see, somebody like me, you can't tell me someone made me a politician.
They depend on someone.
Yes. No one. I don't have a godfather. My godfather is in heaven. And maybe my godfather could be somebody else to come, but I think my godfather is in heaven because I'm going to lead his people. And because I'm going to lead his people, I do not want to have a godfather. My godfather shall be one. Because even the Bible says you should not call somebody father. Anyway, those are now biblical stories. But I'm trying to say for ODM, the challenges that Mount Kenya is having, they are going to have a lot of challenges because ODM has been a one-man party show. And when that man goes to AU, the way he is going, because he has signed his application and has been submitted officially by the PS Foreign Affairs.
So we no longer have Raila Amolo Odinga in the country.
No, we should not. Actually, Raila Odinga should be unselfish now. In fact, I want to take this time also to talk to Raila Odinga on that. Baba, I want to tell you this. No one made you Baba. Do not make anybody Baba. Just go to AU. Go make bigger decisions like infrastructure development across Africa, uniting Africa, borderless Africa, free Africa, strengthen viable Africa. We can even give you consultancies on that. But don't come low to start discussing about who is going to take from you. In fact, the decision as to the next Luo leader has been made by God through the council of elders who have anointed Professor Fred Ogola. You might despise him, but God doesn't. And already God shows signs that it's going to happen. So for now, just focus on the AU job. Leave these local politics because they're going to sneer you. They'll make you look smaller because some of them will start fighting with you. What if you come from AU, then you get heckled in Ugunja? How will it feel as AUC you'll see news saying that is African Union chairperson heckled in Ugenya? It will demean you. Yeah. With the statesmanship that you have, just go to AU. Leave us to sort out our issues. We have learned enough. We have notes, you have written books, you have made speeches. We can refer to them. Just like Mandamano now we are doing without you. We'll also lead Luo Nation without you. Because not that we don't ignore you. There's library. We have the libraries. We have monuments you left. You have been in newspapers since I was born. We'll go through all those ones and come up with what we can take away and what we can throw away. Thank you.
So when a child is over 18 years, the father should not take care of him. The father should now tell him or her, it's up to you now.
Yeah, like for example, in my language, which I have to say here in Luo, they say, Nyaguo koromo to nyakangur. Means that when a small dog comes of age, it must start making some noise to show it's a man. Even you at home, when your son breaks his voice,
you have to know that.
You have to know that there's another king rising at home. So you have to be careful. So Raila Odinga knows that there's a lion which is roaring. And this lion is Professor Fedogola. So you can say anything, but I can roar, and I'm roaring. If I can I can threaten Inspector General until he writes me a letter personally and deliver to my house, then I'm already roaring.
But you know that thing shocked me. That I was like, what's going on?
No, but he wrote me a letter.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah.
In fact, he directed it to your office.
Yes, my office. And it was brought to my office. Not that it was even thrown in the post office.
Then it was directly to
me.
Professor
and
Fred.
Given to me from my office. So I think that that lion is roaring. If I'm a lion who roared until the president saw he has to call and fire me because it was making him uncomfortable, that lion is roaring. Let them grow. Pour some water. Just bless. But I'm not asking you to carry my hands. I don't need my hand to be carried. I can carry my own hands. You can see. So God will guide me because this journey was begun by God. Let God bring it to completion. You just do this. Go to AU. Become the president of Africa. And let Nyanza sort itself out. It will, by the way. You'll be shocked. It will. Thank you.
When the sun rises in the morning and is supposed to set in the evening, whether you walk naked during the day, unless you are Joshua, you will not stop the sun from rising and falling. That is all we had for today. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.